But let me tell you historically, based on legal history in this country, there are very few instances in our country where impeachment of governors or deputy governors have scaled through judicial scrutiny. In the majority of the cases that have gone before the courts have always struck down the impeachment proceedings due to failure of the House of Assembly to comply with the process. But let me make the point. I don't want Nigerians to be carried away that this is just a matter of legal sophistry. What is playing out in Rivers State is a clear political enmity between the Minister of the FCT and Fubara. So let us not just be talking about the Constitution as if the House of Assembly itself necessarily cares about the Constitution. This is politics that also has to do with the allocation of the state. This is a state that is so rich, so endowed with resources. We are dealing with a situation where the FCT minister has alleged that there is about 600 billion for grabs, and is accusing some political players in the country of having interest in that money. So this is about the money of Rivers State. This is about the interest of individuals that has now been elevated as a state affair. Because what is really the grievance between the Rivers State House of Assembly and the governor? Are they fighting over the roads that the governor has failed to construct? Is this about the health care for the people of Rivers State? It's not about the welfare of civil servants. What is the gentleman of the dispute between them? This is politics that they are playing. And it is a travesty that Rivers people have to pay with their blood. Rivers people have to pay with underdevelopment while these partisan skirmishes are going on. And guess what? The House of Assembly members also claim, many of them, that they have defected to the APC. In which history, in how many instances have you seen the governor in the same party and the House of Assembly members in the same party proceeding on impeachment? In which example have you seen that? So it is not very common. So what is playing out is politics, and it saddens me. Campaign has no comments. You have the former governor now going local government by local government, basically campaigning ahead of next year, 2027. That should not be tolerated. In the same Abuja that he supervises as minister, a nurse was killed brutally, a lawyer was killed, all within a space of few days. Where is the minister of the FCT in the governance of the FCT? Why is he so obsessed with Rivers State? Why is he issuing threats to people not to come to Rivers State? Why is he trying to detect the destiny of Rivers State? So I want Nigerians not to be carried away that this is just about law. What is playing out is a clear demonstration of the cancerous nature of godfatherism. It's a situation where a godson has now been declared an enemy by the godfather.
Right.
So I hope that in the fullness of time, that if this matter goes through the legal process that I have outlined, we will get to see the gist of the allegations. We'll get to see the substance of the allegation. But the president has to call the minister to order.
Well,
simply cannot continue like this. We cannot continue like this.
Well,
Mr. You have the minister in the country basically going out as commander-in-chief. He's telling people not to come to the state. This cannot continue ad infinitum. There has to be an end to the madness that is going on in Rivers State. We cannot continue to simply sit down and begin to talk and talk and talk. Let the president call the minister to order. He should return to his office, discharge his ministerial functions, and allow the people of Rivers State to breathe.